Hello, everybody. This is Rasla, and I will be your host for the couple of upcoming runs. Which one is the first of? It will be Grumpmeister with Zaku. But first, we have a €2 donation by Hapkainen Name saying Luigi Biz Band number 3. And with this, Mario is in the lead again. But without further ado, good luck, Grump.
Thank you, Ursula. Oh, wait, I do hear myself right now. What happened there?
Marcus.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, it's fine. I mean, I'm just going to get started on this. Welcome to the Meister block.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm joined here by...
Boxmeister. and Linkenmeister.
We're all Meisters.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to kick this off with Zaku. It's a homebrew game for the Atari Lynx. It's a bit of a Mega Man style in the sense that you can just pick your own level to start with, except it doesn't give you any upgrades, so we're just going to get started. Can I get a countdown?
Sure. 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so as you can see, Zaku is a shoot 'em up. Like you can just fly around a little bit, and you have to deal with enemy waves. But unlike most... oh wait, that responds really weirdly. Unlike most shoot 'em ups, you can speed up the waves by just clearing them as quickly as possible, or dealing with them in a way to generally speed up the whole game. So I'm just clearing out some enemies here and there. Make sure that I don't get hit, because the less damage you take, the better. To show off a bit of what we can do, we have a clapping shield, which is insanely powerful, except it needs to charge for quite a while. Oh, and this first boss, the business fish.
Business fish. Wow.
He's just on his way to business with his guns and whatnot, but I mean, and he's dead.
I mean, the availability for your run was on weekdays, right?
Yeah. I mean, he just came back from work and just ran into us. So, I use one of Zaku's different weapons there, which is the back blaster. And that one does a lot of damage, but obviously you need to be behind the enemy. And we're going to be using that a lot on bosses and on the other enemies where we can, because it just deals a ton of damage. And I'm just going to go through these waves a bit here. You notice the collectibles that I pick up. Those are... if you collect 8 of them, you get the enable a button to heal up a bit. We're not going to use it too much, but it's just generally a nice backup to have. And this is some sort of turtle. And we're on to the next boss already, which is Iramsha. Iramsha will always be the second boss of a stage, but always in a different look, or it's always a different fight. So here she can shoot her gun. There's 3 different patterns. Well, we already saw 2 of them. The other one is just a straight line. And we're just avoiding it as we go. And at one point she will start charging her lasers. And I don't like that. So we will try to be on top of the screen, because at the moment she can't hit us except for with normal attacks, which she sometimes combines. But all in all, this is a really straightforward fight. Nothing difficult here.
I'm really surprised how well this game looks.
Yeah, it's a homebrew game, and it was released in 2009, so it was worked on for, I think, some years. I'm not sure how much exactly. Well, I'm actually close to that. Oh, there we go. It was worked on for quite a while, and it's really detailed, and especially for an Atari Lynx, this really showcases what the Atari Lynx could have done if other developers went out of their way.
Yeah, because it's a bit of an obscure console as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, it came out before the Game Boy actually did, but maybe it was a bit too far ahead of time, or bad marketing on the side of Atari.
I mean, the only impact it made is by just slamming the console on someone's head. It's quite a heavy brick you have there.
Yeah, it's not that light. This is already the first stage done. It was quite straightforward. Reshla, you have the background story.
Yes, I do, and we have multiple parts of the story, so this will be the first part of the story, so I hope you guys are ready for it. A long time ago, actually in the late 1890s, a new program called Rarity 9 was showcased in beta form, promising significantly enchanted mathematical performance on the aging 6500 O2 CPU. Its results were overwhelming, in fact rivaling current supercomputers. Who thought such immense power could be harnessed from such elementary hardware?
Yes, that was the first part. I just took an intentional death. It makes some stages a lot easier to just be at full health. And it allows me to damage boost a bit through bosses. Which obviously makes it faster because then we can use the Backblaster. And this level is a bit annoying to get a life upgrade on, so... If you game over, you do lose your stored up life power-ups, so... You want to be a bit careful with that, but... Sometimes going game over is a lot faster than just having to deal with things. There we go. And here we're going, we'll get the box swing green, which will throw boxes or will shoot lasers. I'm going to hope for boxes, because they do the least damage and will just sit inside his body, and also hope a bit that he's a bit forward, because otherwise we can't hit the Backblaster. There he goes.
Nice. Really well done.
And then we'll just fly off in the distance.
Or boxes, though.
Sorry, box.
No problem.
Alright, so again, we're getting a Ramsha fight. This time it's just a boss fight, so we don't get a level in between. So she'll grab you with the hands, you just have to spam the Backblaster. I'll just move to the other side already, so that one grabs me already, and then just go ham on her. Do the same thing. If you're a bit too quick there, you can actually collide with her. And yeah, that will hurt you a lot. This shoot, yeah, that's already done. Now we have to wait for her cycle to be over and slam us into the ground. Normally if she slams you into the ground, that actually really hurts. This time it doesn't. And we're up against the second boss, and I may have enough health actually. I'm just going to go for it. I mean, if I lose a bit of time here because I do die, then so be it. We'll try to position ourselves here, just around his head. I can just use the Backblaster and he won't punch me. We just wait at the big one. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I will survive. Good. Move all the way to the left. And continue on, and he's dead. So, Reshla, second part.
Okay, let's go for the second part. I don't believe it! What a mini-kill, Captain Bran. With this sort of mathematical terror, I can develop licensed entertainment products at tenfold our speed. By the end of this month, the world will be completely overrun with my glorious, questionable quality software. The seas of corrugated packing material will usher in my new era of pain, suffering, and cardboard.
Thank you, Reshla.
That sounds like an actual page out of a history book.
Yeah, I know, right? So right here, there's enemies spawning from both sides. I'm just hitting the Backblaster on the wave of enemies spawning on the left. So I'll actually kill them off screen, and because I kill them off screen, the health power-ups actually spawn on the right side for some reason. Most likely because I couldn't place it on the left side. So we're just spamming it again. As you can see, like, I'm actually killing enemies because there's suddenly a little life upgrade there. And I actually managed to... I was charging up a shot and I let go too early, so I didn't fully charge. There can only be one one life upgrade on the screen at the same time. So sometimes I'll pick up a life upgrade before picking up, trying to kill another enemy. That was that little wave of enemies. We got some more of these. This time I'll actually wait a bit. This should be fine. Yeah, there we go. Now we got a mini boss type thing before we get the actual boss, which is the calligraphy squid. Because yeah, I mean, it's a big pencil squid, which makes sense because it's a squid. So here as well, we'll take an intentional hit from the ink. As you can see, the ink doesn't do any damage, or barely at least. So we avoid the tentacles. And that's basically how we'll deal with this boss. Take a quick hit, destroy the eye with the back blaster, and go from there. This was one of the damage boosts that the developer himself didn't think would be possible, because he thought like, hey, the eye would be close too often. That managed to work it out. Luckily for me, because otherwise, yeah, there's a consistent strat that you can do. Because there will only be 3 ink blobs at once, so if you are close at first and then far away at second, you can easily avoid them. But this is a lot easier. So we'll get to everyone's favorite stage, which is an underwater stage. Not like it matters much when it's a shoot 'em up, but yeah, you know. It's still a bit of a slower stage than normal. So Rashla, you can just go to part 3.
Well, I hope you guys at home still remember what happened before. I'm not going to say it again, but here we go. With that, Bran rolled onto his back and crackled insanely before issuing the order that would seal the fate of the free world forever. Penguin Bros, give me that beta now! I shall conquer everything with the power of Rarity 9. No one will be able to stop me!
Thank you, Rashla. Excellent.
Wow.
Good lore.
Yeah, this is great. I'm glad to ask you to do this.
The guy should become a voice actor, in my opinion.
Yeah, he should, yeah.
As you can see during this level, there's a lot of jellyfish here, and jellyfish actually do damage. But they don't actually count as enemies within the wave. I just had to take damage there because I was completely surrounded. Other than that, there's the little ink. I'm not even sure what they are. They have a name. The fossil-like creatures. They do count as a wave. They take quite a few hits. And yeah, they move incredibly slowly.
Omanite? Oh.
Omanite, yeah, so yeah. They're not Pokemon though, not Pokemon Omanite. So here we'll just use the clapping shield again. This one should hit most of it, otherwise it won't kill. There we go. And we got the Aramsha fight again. I'm just going to use the little health upgrade that I got in between. And this one is incredibly annoying because with one arm she will try to suck you in, and the other arm will either use this big blast or it will use multiple small blasts. You want the arm to be, that sucks you in to be close and like this, because then you don't get moved around too much and you can use the back blaster to do some massive damage. Oh, and I actually wanted to go for it there, but this is also a great one. We just move into Aramsha, and now we have to be a bit careful because I can't take that much more damage, if at all. It means that during the last boss of the stage, I'll just take a damage boost and die, because then I'll be full health again. Because the next boss will require quite a few hits to damage boost to get through it. So I'll just wait here. It takes a little while.
I have to say the animation of all the enemies are great.
Yeah, there was a lot of work put into this, and I really like how the game turned out. But since it was released in 2009 as a bootleg, a homebrew, there were only 400 copies made, which isn't that many.
How you managed to get?
Eventually, because when I got into collecting some Atari Lynx stuff again and finding out that it is actually streamable, with the setup that I have. There was a re-release, but I was too late with signing up for it. Luckily, a few copies actually got into free sales, basically, and I did manage to get one. It was more expensive than it normally would have been, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. It was always advertised like from people online, like, hey, this is one of the best Atari Lynx games out there. So figured like, I may as well try it. And then I tried to speedrun it, or I didn't buy it with intention to speedrun it because, hey, it's shoot 'em up, but finding out all these cheese threads and made it speedrunnable. So here we are. Well, we're just going into the next stage of this. I'll just take a quick death again so Rushla can go into stage number 4.
Yes, it's time for part 4. So I hope you guys at home are ready. Unfortunately, no different voices in this part.
Aww.
It was only a matter of time before Rarity 9 disappeared and a deluge of brand system licensed software poured into stores. The world seemed doomed to rot in a pit of unsold video games. But in all his plump luxury, Brand had forgotten about one person. Zaku.
Dun dun dun. Yeah, we don't want to live in a world with a lot of janky games, do we? Actually, I do.
I was about to say.
I like bad games. Go on. I think I killed that one off screen. No, I didn't. That's a shame. I just did the hit. This is a bit of a slower part of the stage. These rockets, yeah, I mean, they damage you, but it's not like they are a threat.
I mean, it's just a matter of dodging them, right?
Yeah, and it's not like it's a difficult one to dodge.
Yeah, it's really no rocket science.
Ow. I knew what I was getting into fighting you on the couch. So, 2 more of these rockets. 3 more of the balloons with the spike balls on it. And now we get a little mini boss. So we are charging out the clapping shield. Oh, and I'm missing one. There we go, it still died. And here we have the boss. Troast. Which is a toaster.
Better not switch me.
The puns are great in this game. Okay, I'm actually waiting a little bit. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, we just have to flip the switch so that the body comes out, and then we'll burn the toast. I was waiting for the little toast to take damage boost. And now the toast is burned, so yeah.
Yeah, that's quite the roast.
Yeah, we roasted it properly.
And quite the burn.
I mean, no one likes burnt bread. I'll actually take a death here. Last time that I ran this at BSG, I didn't do it, and I died near the end of the stage, so that was fun. May as well do it now. This stage is incredibly annoying because you only have half of the screen. Ship you see below Zaku actually blocks your movement, so you have to deal with half of the screen. Have to deal with the little penguins on the bottom, which aren't a big issue, but once they get close to you, they'll start jumping. And you'll have to deal with these beams blocking your path, your screen as this. I'm just going to wait there. Sit here. The little bomb guys that come into the screen will actually drop the bomb at the position you were at when they spawned. So now they'll drop a bit in front, and that way you can easily avoid it. See, in this case you just get completely blocked by everything happening on the screen. This should be fine. Yeah, there we go. Get one more wave of penguins. And then we got the big penguin, which spawns penguins, because yeah, why not? I accidentally set in that. Yeah, it's scary. Okay, there we go. Got more penguins. Actually shot that a little bit early, it doesn't really matter too much. Okay, the clapping shield can also backfire. Like it can fail. luckily it didn't in this case. Normally, the first one is free. The first one will always fire that you use in the stage, but the second one will likely not fail at it. Okay, this is the attack that I wanted. The little orbs don't do as much damage. Oh, okay, I'll actually... Okay, there we go. I missed one hit there. But luckily I killed enough enemies in between to get a little health boost.
Quite close on health.
Yeah, that's scary. And I will take a quick death in this stage. And this stage I was practicing a bit earlier, and I think I found this cheese strat. I'm just going to try it. I mean, why the hell not? There we go. You just rammed us. And for an entire Link's game, the music is also great. I really like the production value behind this game. Okay, so I'm just going to sit up here, and if I'm correct, there we go. He'll mostly fire rockets now. And normally he will fire spike balls, and he may still do it at a random pattern at one point, but I hope not. There we go. I mean, this is just such minor dodging that it's the best thing you can get. Like, you can just keep firing him at him. I'll actually swap up my movement. Attacks. This one won't hit me either. It's only the random firing spike balls that he can do that will hit me. So yay. Yay for cheese strats. Okay, this is the one that will actually hit me. But it doesn't really matter because on the next stage we want to take an intentional death anyway. And in the end, for this boss, it doesn't really matter whether you just hold quick fire or whether you'll go for the charge shot, because the only time the charge shot will be good will be in this stage.
I'm surprised how much health this boss got.
Yeah, because it's a score attack game, you can actually watch the score and estimate where you are in this. Normally the score will accumulate based on your progress, but since I'm taking intentional deaths, my score gets reset and will make it a lot easier to... wait, you know what? I'll just do this.
Nice.
I mean, I want to take a death anyway, so... I was... because I took that one hit, I wasn't at high enough health to get through the next boss with the cheese strat, and you don't want to do that boss on normal strat. I never managed to beat that one normally. So we're entering the brand level, the level stage. And while I'm taking a death, Rashla, can you do the last part?
Of course I can. I hope you guys are ready for this. Furiously shaking her fist at one of Brand's camera droids, Zaku shouted, "This beta was mine, Brand! And I'll get it back no matter what the cost. You didn't pay the licensing fee, and definitely violated the EULA. I thought I had some stupid reasons to save the world before, but this takes the cake." Brand responded conceitedly, "Ho ho ho! You think you can scare me? This is no ordinary program. It's a rarity 9. The pure scarcity alone will repel you with its massive aura of fan message boards and erroneous Wikipedia articles. Come and get it! Come and get it if you dare!" And that was all of the story, folks. I hope you guys liked it.
Thank you, Rashla.
Can we get a round of applause for that amazing voice work he did?
I mean, I have to wait here anyway, so...
Literally best story ever I've heard. Amazing.
Okay, so now we get the final Ramsha. This one I'm going to do my best in cheesing as well. There's a pattern that you can play it as, and she does a lot of damage in this case. And she can only be... Oh, I shouldn't have started attacking her. Okay, let's make it around 300 here, because normally I base my progress on the score, and normally I don't attack during that. So she'll start attacking, and now this is the part that you can actually damage. Oh, we have to stay up here, and we did about 670 damage, which is pretty good. I recently got this going more consistently, that I'm actually doing a lot of damage, and I should be able to 2-cycle her now. Let's hope. No, let's go for the 3-cycle then. So we wait up here, she'll fire fireballs up, and we hopefully will kill her now. No, I think I need one or two more hits. There it is.
Yeah. Hold on.
It's technically possible to 2-cycle her, but before, I think when I ran this at BSG before, I had to take like 7-8 cycles. There's a little personal touch from the developer. He has Turkish roots, and basically means like, you don't understand. You don't understand.
We don't understand, no. Apparently.
I didn't really understand that first either, but I noticed it was Turkish, so I looked it up. And now I understand.
You do?
Yeah. So here I'm taking a quick death. Because it's the first two, this is a little boss rush. The first two bosses are really predictable, and I'm trying to get in a certain pattern so that we can damage them as much as possible while being safe. But the third boss actually isn't, and the third boss may be recognized by people, so this will be fun. Let's sit here. Just start firing. Normally, when you do a charge shot, it deals damage for every part of the shot that's inside the enemy. So with bigger enemies, it does more damage. But these enemies are quite small, as you can see. This is Tao. He was supposed to be... it's also a creation of the developer. He wants to make a game out of that, but it was never released. But I do really like the artwork of this, so... Out of these, it's not my favorite, because my favorite is, on a personal level, the third mini-boss. This one is dead. Now we got Aum and Ri, which is basically a knight and a sorcerer. I'm just going to sit here. I want... I'm not sure which one is which, actually. I want sorcerer dead first. Preferably, but they swap around a little bit. I'm just slowly moving up to make it a lot easier to deal with the beams, and generally any other attack that follows. It's just nudging yourself upwards a little bit every time. Let's move back down, and this way it becomes incredibly predictable. And they should be close to death. There we go. This one. There we go. Alright, now for the third boss.
Your favorite? Oh.
Block. He actually got permission to use block in this game.
Wow.
So here we are.
Wow.
And he will do his leg shenanigans here as well. I mean, he's basically the better Rayman. And this is also why I want to have life here, because he will fire incredibly randomly.
I was just checking to see if the Raven community wasn't there to try and murder you. For remarks like that.
I mean, I'm not wrong.
Doubling down.
Oh, I'm getting hit a lot here. I hope he dies soon. Sorry, Block. I liked you in your game. This is incredibly scary. I don't like this.
You got this.
Oh. Oh. And now I have to redo the whole fight.
Oh.
So that's a bit of a shame. So Rashla, if you have anything else to talk about.
Well, I can explain a few things about us. We are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize bi-monthly gatherings in the Benelux for speedrunners. We're currently streaming our annual event live from Hotel Asteria in Van Rij, the Netherlands. And we are actually raising money for the Dutch Cancer Society, which is a nationwide organization committed to fight cancer while aiming for more cure and a higher quality of life for those already battling the disease. All of your donations will go to the Dutch Cancer Society.
Thank you.
Stel, and now Almenry.
Yep. I mean, these two are pretty easy. Like that's not going to be the issue. It's just that block can be incredibly brutal. It's most likely because, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like this game. I don't know why he's attacking me. I played block a lot as a kid, so I generally like it. It's not difficult, but
I kind of have to admit that I don't know the block games.
Either.
there's only one.
Yeah, it's Super Nintendo.
Yeah, Super Nintendo.
Never played it.
I mean, if you want to play the better Rayman. I'm not sure if I'll survive if I walk out of this room now. Just to make up for it, I'll kill block.
He even has the Union Jack on his back, on his jetpack.
I know, he has this little jetpack. It's awesome. What I'm trying to do is just, again, nudge myself in the direction so that I'll have as much space as possible to move when he does his random stuff. Which doesn't always work, as you may have seen. Oh, there we almost got hit.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Oh yeah, we do.
We got a €5 donation from the Xterra
Oh.
saying,
Oh no.
Hey Linkermeister, I beat your quick and crash time. Money goes towards all melons, of course.
Phew. He didn't notice it.
Yeah, I was for a second I thought he was gonna lynch you. Oh.
I like Rayman Assault though. He's okay. I'm tempted to take a quick death here. As you noticed earlier, like, as you can see, that's half your health and damage. At the previous boss, it tried to load a fourth boss, but luckily it couldn't. Alright, and this is normally the run killer. Like, block is one of them, but the other one is mostly the in-between fights that come that will appear here. So here, Bran will come in a huge robot carrying a big Atari Lynx, as you may have noticed.
Yeah.
He's so proud. I mean, look at him. He has an Atari Lynx. That's great.
I guess you'll give him a transformation into Bran the Broken.
Ow.
Yeah, Game of Thrones doesn't really combine well with this game, I agree.
I don't think it matches too well. But we keep shooting his Atari Lynx. And this is Yatur, the first of the mini-bosses. He'll spawn these big balls. And okay, the first one goes straight ahead. Second one down, that means next one is up. And that pattern will continue on. So I'm just going to try to follow that. And hopefully not take any more hits, because the next mini-boss is a lot more dangerous than this one. But I'll just take it relatively safe where I can. Because I really don't want to waste time here. Okay, this is going to be incredibly scary, and I may die here. So here we have Bran again. I'm just going to go for it, but I'm not holding my breath. Bran only needs 100 of these pellet shots, but this is relatively easy to dodge. I'm just trying to bait him out higher up on the screen. And this is a Datsur, which is the more annoying one. That's basically a robot Zaku. And he can do either the clapping shield, the charge shot, or the quick shot. And I'm hoping he won't do the quick shot because quick shot is incredibly dangerous. And it doesn't really have a tell. So that's why I may be moving a bit specifically, because I don't trust it. There he goes. Like, it fires incredibly quickly, and it's generally the thing that I would normally get hit by. For that tour, I need to be at about 17,900, so I still have a way to go.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's why this fight is so incredibly scary. I'm just trying to bait him into a corner so that I have enough space to move, especially if he uses his quick shots. This is incredibly scary. And if I would die here, like, there's so much time lost. I'm not making it better on myself by telling that, I think. There you go.
Nice.
Okay, so
Well
last phase of Brown. Let's not die here now. I'm just going to take it incredibly safe. But that was close. Should be getting close to Brad. Okay.
Well done.
Well done, yeah.
Oh, that was incredibly nerve-wracking. So, now we get tossed into another dimension, and I'll just take a quick death because, yeah, my life is not great. I'm going to give you a fair warning here. If you have any problems with, or if you're sensitive to lights and such, you may want to look away during this boss fight, because the further I get into the boss fight, the more the game will glitch. And it's intentional, like, it's basically you're in another dimension, and by damaging the boss, you're basically distorting the dimension, and it will get flashy, so... there you go. And this is the unnamed final boss. He does officially have a name, at least the developer gave him a name, but it's never marked anywhere, so I'm just going to keep it as that. Yeah, we'll get welcomed. And Rarity 9 evolved into Rarity X. As you can see, like, it's no longer controllable. And we're now in that dimension, and yeah. This guy is corrupted. We cannot allow this. So, we'll destroy him. At first he'll be relatively easy, like he'll have a tell by raising his arm like, hey, I'm going to shoot. That's only for the first phase. The second phase he won't have a tell anymore, and with all the flashing going on, it will get really messy quickly. I can take 2 hits during this fight, after that I'm dead. So, let's not get hit here already. Okay, that's the first phase. And now, as you can see, we'll get to see hitboxes and everything. The whole level will become unstable. And he'll immediately fire now. Okay. And he'll fire these quick balls.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. Everything is going to get corrupted. At the end of the game, the score and everything is also corrupted, so... And I'm... okay, that's the attack I'm hoping for, because it's a lot easier to dodge on short notice than the quick firing balls. So we're just going here. You can manipulate the balls a little bit by moving a little bit up and down. Like if I'm moving upwards, I'm generally making sure that the balls also move upwards, making it a lot easier to dodge. And yeah, here we go. So the more corrupted this gets, the further he's, the closer he is to dying. So just start getting ready on time. It will get a bit worse when we go, as you can see.
Whoa.
And it will get incredibly laggy because of it. But yeah, he's almost dead. Get ready. On. And time.
GG.
Oh, rip. Wait. My connection. Okay. Bringing it back. There it is.
There we go.
Oh no!
Monk ass.
It's corrupting my cartridge. What's this?
Oh, God.
The game strikes back.
Okay. The corruption that's currently on screen, this one is intended. Just okay, I'm just holding the power, but it may be that the cables are getting intertwined here. All right, yeah, that was Zaku. Thank you all for watching this. Thanks to BSG for having this game. Thanks for the Meister couch. And we'll have an incredible Meister block upcoming, so there's that. Yeah, thanks, of course, to the developer and for also thinking along. And because I asked around a bit with him as well, like, hey, I'm trying to speedrun this. Am I missing out on something? And he was really helpful, actually. Yeah, some of the strategies that came from it, he didn't expect. So that's the most fun, of course. And yeah, as you can see, it is not over. Everyone survived. Somewhat. Dreams never die. And Zaku will eventually find the last cartridge, the last disc of Rarity 9. But I think we're a bit over schedule at the moment, so we can just cut it from here, honestly. Let's get going with the rest of the Meister block. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Grumpmeister, for that amazing Zaku run. So up next we have the second part of our Meister block with Boxmeister, who is going to do Metroid Spooky missions. So please stay tuned, but first we will play some ads.